How We Make Movies is recorded in front of a live audience in Los Angeles and is hosted by WeMakeMovies.org. Hello, I'm your host, Amanda Lippert, and welcome to our very first podcast of How We Make Movies. This will be a series of discussions with filmmakers talking about the details of their personal journeys. But tonight, to kick off the very first podcast of the series, I thought it would be appropriate to bring in the founders of We Make Movies, the collective. Without further ado, please welcome our guests and founders, Sam Messman, Tara Samuels, and Joe Leonard.
Well done.
You guys have an average of 80 to 100 people that show up at every single meeting. The meetings started off as once a month, and now they're every week, and people are still showing up every week. What spawned the idea of creating a group and like really drove that home and got you guys really going with it?
In this town, at the very least, it's always about what your project is. Mm-hmm. Like, it's always about like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm doing this. But if everyone's always focused on their own project, then how can you ever build a larger audience around your individual project if you're not Paramount, if you're not Universal, or some of these other things that just have millions of dollars to throw at the rest of the country? And the only really way to do that is to start interacting and working with other people and trying to help other people get their projects going.
Help each other.
So
well, it's like, and the concept is also sort of that, you know, by one film's success, hopefully leading to the next film's success,
Totally,
one
that's the plan.
filmmaker's success, one actor's success, helping to build the word around, like kind of compounding it, so that we're not all just like sort of forced to fight this battle that's like, you know, sort of a little bit overwhelming, and you're just like the small guy, and how are you ever gonna win? It's a little bit more like, oh, we're gonna get all of our friends who are super talented together, and we're all gonna make interesting stuff, and people are gonna suddenly not just be talking about us, Joe, Sam, Tara, but also be talking about, you know, the group and about what the other projects are that might come out of it or whatever. So in a way to maximize publicity, it's like just pooling some resources.
So then the ultimate mission was strength in numbers.
It developed basically organically.
Yeah.
Because basically we all agreed about the state of affairs of independent film or whatever, and we had common frustrations. But the concept of having a meeting where you read fresh work was sort of like an accident. And then we were surprised when people showed up at the first space, which had 20 seats in it.
Wow.
And it was
The
like,
Lex,
but it was
the Lex.
The Lex.
The
yeah,
Lex.
but
the
there were
Lex.
literally
And
20 seats, and people were like standing
It
behind.
was so great. And do you
And-
remember sitting around my living room before we had that?
Yeah.
Like just, I don't even know why we met, but
Yeah.
we would meet in my living room.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did it.
We used to meet like
we did it all the
often,
time.
and
Yeah.
we had no goal or plan.
As filmmakers, how important is it for you to maintain the rights to your films and have it made your way? In other words, would you be just as happy to sell the script to someone else and just keep the money, or is it really important for you to make it and to be a part of it from start to finish?
I think there's a way to make money making good things. And that, I think, is, you know, I think the key is really like you have to find a way to get it into the world in the right way and get the right people to see it. Because if it's important to you, it's probably going to be somewhat important to someone else.
Yeah.
So I think the big mistake a lot of
said.
people make in this industry is they're trying to make something that they think other people will like.
Point. Yeah.
And I think that's why most projects are failures.
It's true. It's like your best asset is kind of your original ideas and just really nurturing them. So that's why, for me, I hope
agree.
We Make Movies is a great
what we
sounding
want
board
for
to
everyone.
do that.
Yeah.
Is for everyone to kind of find their thing, and what they do with it is really up to them.
For people listening that maybe aren't in the Los Angeles area but are thinking about moving to LA, what advice would you give to filmmakers that are just out there, maybe in LA or not in LA?
I want to be second.
Okay, you want to be second? All right. Stay.
I love this
Just
question.
keep doing it. Make yourself better. You know, like get good at what you want to do, and the work will gradually follow because it's hard to find good people. You know, it's like, so if, you know, whatever job you take, just try and do your best on it and try and learn and get better. and always keep an eye out on why you wanted to do it in the first place. And then
It's good advice.
Me.
Tara?
I agree with Sam. And can I add to that? Don't even think about good. Just go do what's in your head. So really,
you can think about good sometimes.
yeah, but good is in there. It's implied because you want to do your best. But I know what you're saying, like get good.
No, I know
but
what
I'm
you're
also
saying, too.
saying
Yeah.
go do because people get stuck.
Yeah.
All
No,
of
it's
you, me
true.
included,
Yeah.
waiting to be
Perfecting.
good and waiting to be ready and waiting for your script to be whatever it is and get just the right person, just the right amount of money. F that and go do it because you're gonna get good. Just,
Yeah.
So I know
And
that
by
you're
doing,
saying that.
you'll get better.
We're saying the same
Yeah.
thing, but I had to add the
Sorry.
flip side of the coin.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'd add is just don't ask for permission to make
Yeah.
your movie or whatever. You don't have to. There's a mental thing that happens, especially when you're getting into the industry, where it's thinking, oh, I need to do it. I need to figure out who's in charge and show them like my masterpiece, and
Ultimately,
then they're
you're
going
in
to
charge.
say yes.
Yeah.
Somebody's at some point going to say yes. You have it. You are the one. I've been looking for you and waiting for you my entire life.
That's not gonna happen. I'm
And-
saying that's not gonna happen.
No, I'm saying
Now stop making the project you
that
want to make
person
and make
who's going to
mine.
do that has to be you. Like you have to be the one who are like, I'm making this amazing project,
So
and
if this
and
were
I'm
a
never
rom-com,
going to.
if this were a rom-com, I am my own Prince Charming.
Yeah,
Yes.
nicely
There you
put.
go.
But what's next for We Make Movies? What can we expect from you?
First off, just to keep doing what we're doing, because I mean, honestly, this is fun. Like I enjoy this. I don't enjoy most of my jobs. Like, none of them are watching anyway. It's fine. But and then on top of it, longer term is what we want to do is find a way to take the movies that we like and collectively get them out there as one community, as opposed to each individual trying to reinvent the wheel every time they have a project. Why not just try and plug into a community? I mean, I've met so many people that I like to work with and actors I really like just by coming through this workshop. Like, I have a blast every time I do a We Make Movies project. And it's such a big difference when I do one of those compared to when I do one of the other ones. And I think there's a reason for that. And for me, like, I want to figure out a way to get paid to do that and get other people paid to do that.
That is the goal. That is the goal for We Make Movies.
So I mean, longer term, we want to get big enough where we have a large enough audience where everyone who's involved can get paid to do what they love to do.
Fantastic.
And if I may add very briefly on the largest scale, contribute to the overall movie making mentality and model of the world, actually, and really contribute cinematically. Truly, that's what we want, because we want to bring power to our artistic voices. It's really what's fueling this whole machine that is everyone in this room and everyone in the cyberspaces.
But more than anything else, just keep making movies,
Thank you so much, guys.